LORETTA LYNN'S Raspberry Snow Bars. I made mine with butter and a little extra flour, but I'll include both recipes in the description box below. We'll start with the crust. In a mixing bowl, combine 1/4 cup sugar, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 3/4 cup melted butter, 2 egg yolks, and 1/2 teaspoon almond extract. Stir together until fully combined. Next, add 2 cups of sifted all-purpose flour. I like to measure mine on a kitchen scale, so that would be 8½ ounces. The original recipe calls for shortening and 1½ cups flour, but with the melted butter, that requires a little extra flour. I'll include both recipes in the links below. Line a 9x13 baking pan with parchment paper, and you can lightly butter or spray the bottom of the pan to keep the bars from sticking. Press the dough into an even layer and bake in a preheated 350-degree oven for about 15 minutes. The crust will barely turn a light golden brown around the edges. Remove from the oven, and while the crust is still hot, spread 1 cup of raspberry preserves over the top. This recipe would also be really good using strawberry preserves or cherry, apricot, any flavor you can think of. My 2 favorite raspberry preserves would be Smucker's Red Raspberry and Tiptree's Sweet Tip Raspberry. Next, sprinkle with a heaping cup of shredded coconut. If you're not a fan of coconut, you could leave this step out, but I really love the coconut with the raspberry. And the last step, in a small mixing bowl, add 2 egg whites and beat until they're frothy. Slowly add 1/2 cup of granulated sugar and continue beating until stiff peaks form. This could take a few minutes, but just keep going. I'll show you what it looks like here in just a second. Gently spread the meringue over the top of the bars. This will look like a really thin layer of meringue, but it starts to puff as it bakes. Take your time and try to make sure all the coconut and raspberry is covered with the meringue. You can make a few light swirls with the spatula on top, and if it looks a little messy, that's okay. As the meringue bakes, it will fluff up and look really pretty. Bake at 350 degrees for another 25 minutes. Let them cool completely and slice into bars. I really hope you'll make some. If you'd like a printable recipe, visit my website at doublestopbakeshop.com. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you'd like to see next. Share this recipe with your family and friends, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.